Alright, in this video, let's talk solar lead generation. I'm Rithesh Kumar, founder Solar Scaling Systems. If you're a solar rep who generates his leads, knocking doors, cold calling, and asking for referrals, then this video will completely change the way you look at solar lead generation. I'm super pumped up to share it with you. So, without further ado, let's dive straight into it. Solar lead generation system. Now, the role of this system is to replace the traditional methods of outreach with a new leverage method to generate exclusive homeowner leads fully on autopilot without you ever having to lift a finger. We do this by running paid advertising on social platforms. And the best part about this system is the leads come to you rather than you looking for them. This means that they are much more warm compared to the leads you get from traditional methods like door knocking and cold calling. Let's dive into the step by step details and see how everything works. Now, there are six main components to the solar lead generation system. Starts off by us choosing the right advertising platform, defining your target audience, crafting your offer, writing your ad copy, designing your ad creative, and finally setting up your lead collection mechanism. Zooming into each of these individual components, firstly, we have choosing the right advertising platform. Now, I would suggest Facebook straight off the bat as it is the easiest to get running and has more than 3.5 billion active users on it. It is also cheaper and much more effective. Now, I don't want you to take me just for my word, so I will also give you a framework that can help you choose the right advertising platform for you. Firstly, you want to be asking if your target audience is hanging out on this platform, which in your case is homeowners. So you want to be asking if homeowners in your locality are using this particular platform. If yes, then you can go ahead. If not, you need to move on. The second question you want to be asking is what is the average cost per lead and is it within your advertising budget? For example, if the average cost of getting a lead on that advertising platform is around $100 and if your marketing budget is just $1,000, then it doesn't make sense for you to run ads on that platform as you would not have enough volume to work with. Finally, you want to be asking if your product is a need or a want. Need based products tend to do good on search engine based advertising platforms, and want based products tend to do good on interruption based platforms like Facebook and YouTube. Now, solar can be both a need as well as a want. It's your decision to choose which side you lean on. Defining your target audience. It is super important to target the right audience to get the most out of your advertising campaign. Now, figuring out your target audience can be done in two ways. Firstly, if you're a seasoned rep in the industry and have spoken to hundreds of homeowners, then you know the common patterns among the good ones from the bad ones, and you can use that to define your audience. If you're not, you can come up with some assumptions and test various audiences until you find out the right ones, or you can work with somebody who has already tested it and figured it out. The demographics are straightforward. It is most likely going to be men and women in the age range, anything about 28 years old, which is the average age of a homeowner. And depending on the type of leads you want, you can either go for English or Spanish as a demographic language. Location. This plays a huge role in your advertising costs. Now, it is crucial to have a large enough market wherever you can. And since we are selling remotely, the distance doesn't really matter to us. But don't try doing this on a handful of zip codes or a single country, as this will give you some ridiculously high costs and it won't work out. It is recommended to have at least a 3 million plus target audience size. And just to keep it simple, I would recommend you target an entire state, multiple states, or at least half the market in a particular state. Moving on to the component that will make or break this system, the offer. Two people can sell the exact same solar panels from the exact same installer, but the one who can package and present the benefits of the product in the form of an irresistible offer always wins by a huge margin. Going into the basics of offer creation, there are two main things to keep in mind. Firstly, nobody cares about what you're selling, all they care about is the problem your product solves. Secondly, features don't sell, benefits do. So, what problem are you solving by selling solar panels? There's a rise in the electricity cost leading to high bills. You're helping homeowners reduce their electricity bill with your product. That's it. Everything else, saving environment, free energy, increase in the value of their home. All the other benefits are just secondary. Your entire offer must be written around the main problem it is solving and use the benefits to make it stronger. Free installation, free consultation, zero down are not offers and they're just add ons that will help reduce the resistance in the sales process. Now, creating an irresistible cold friendly offer has a lot of variables in place and requires a thorough consultation, which is the out of the scope of this video. But to give you a base to work on, make sure your offer is written around the main problem it solves. You can get creative with playing with the words and positioning them in a way that grabs the attention of your audience. Writing your ad copy. Now, in this video, I'm taking Facebook as our advertising channel as it is the best and easy to get started. This is what a Facebook ad looks like. There are five main components to it. Four of them are related to the ad copy and one the ad creative. Before we dive into each of the part, let me tell you a little bit about how people actually interact with your ad. Knowing this will help you make better ads and increase their performance. Now, the first function of your ad is to interrupt your audience while they are scrolling through their newsfeed. There are two main components that will help you do this. The first thing your audience will notice is the ad creative. If the creative is something that drives curiosity, then they will move on to read your headline. Now, if the headline is also something that intrigues them, only then will they go and read the reminder of the primary text. It is very important to design your ads keeping this in mind. Now, putting that aside, let's dive into the blueprint and see how to write an effective ad copy. So, firstly, to get the best way to get your headline right is to use your offer. This is proven to work, so you can just go with it. Description. Now, description is this tiny text below the headline. It can be anything that supports the headline. For example, you can use something like a social proof. Moving on to the primary text, this is a basic template of how to write your primary text. You can start off by calling your audience, give them your offer, generate some urgency, show some benefits, show some case studies, and finally give a call to action. This is a proven way to write your ad copy, a way that will persuade your audience to take action. It is completely not necessary to have all the components of the ad as mentioned above. You can definitely test them without components such as case study, benefits, urgency, and scale the version which works best for you. Finally, let's discuss ad creative. I would say that more than 70% of your time should be spent on getting the right ad creative and 30% on the actual copy itself. And of course, this is assuming you nail down your offer. So, as we've discussed before, it is the ad creative that is responsible for stopping your prospective customer. So, now what is the best creative to use? Is it a video or an image? Well, it doesn't really matter, both work exactly the same. Now, the simple question you want to be asking before creating your ad creative is step into your customer's shoes and ask, will this ad stop me while I'm scrolling through my news feed covered with all the other interesting stuff and make me invest my time to go through the entire ad? If yes, then that is a creative worth testing out. Now, I cannot tell you which creative is the exact one you want to be using, but I can give you a few examples and you can choose the one which suits your market. Firstly, we have the familiar image. Now, this can be any image that only the people in your specific market can recognize. When people see something familiar, it tends to grab their attention. Examples can be a monument, a famous landmark, or even the welcome sign to your state. Second, we have the graphic image. This can be any attention grabbing image with text that gets them curious. Example, one of the most common ones in this photo, as you can see, is an electric meter, comparing it to with another one which is expensive and the other one being less expensive. Now that we have discussed everything about platform, ad copy, offer, etc., let me talk briefly about the last component of the lead generation system, which is the lead collection mechanism. Setting up your lead collection mechanism. Now that we've grabbed the attention of your target audience, had them digest our offer and message, it is time to push them through our next step, which is to give us their details so that we can take them through our next systems and hopefully close them down the line. The best way we can do this is by asking them for it in exchange for something else. Examples for this exchange can be to get a free assessment, to save a spot in our offer, to check if their home is qualified, etc. Once they are down for exchanging their name, email, phone number in return for any of the above, we can use something called as a Facebook lead form, which looks something like this, or send them to our website where they can fill a simple form and become a lead. Now, this is the entire end to end solar lead generation system. Now, there's a little more into it where I discuss in detail about the campaign structure. This might get a little advanced for those who have no idea about running ads, so I will talk about it in a later video. If this video was valuable, drop a like and hit the subscribe button. If you're a solar rep looking for an efficient way to generate leads, check out the first link in the description to learn more. Also, join our free Facebook group where you can get access to us and ask us any questions you might have. I will see you in the next video.